character in other sectors of law. But I still get asked, Ria, how are you so positive all the time? How do you deal with bullies? How do you deal with haters? Now, firstly, right now, in this moment, I don't deal with haters. I see negative comments, people being nasty to me on social media, but I don't react negatively because I don't care. I really don't care. I don't care at all. You see, I don't want to give them my energy because I'm living my life happily without caring about what others are saying to me and about me. I have the people who I love and love me. I'm studying what I dreamt of studying as a child. I'm a radio presenter and more. And there's so many things that I'm doing with my life that makes me content. So I'm great. I'm perfectly awesome, right? I'm minding my own business. I'm working on my life. Now, I have a life to live, so I'm not bothering anyone. So why should I allow someone else to bother me? So remember that the only power that haters have on you is the power that you give to them by giving them a reaction. If you don't, and now if you don't give that reaction, they have absolutely no power over you. They can hurt you only if you allow them to hurt you. And I realized, right, that haters hate people who are successful, building their life, beautiful, has self confidence, has self worth, and has a high self esteem. They who never gives their energy to people in a negative manner by spreading nasty comments and rumors. And let me tell you something, okay? Instead of focusing on other people's lives, appreciate who they are. Focus on yourself. I see haters providing their jealousy, envy, negativity involved, but I genuinely do not care about them. I see haters as my biggest fans because it shows that they are obsessed with me and that they watch my every move, constantly looking at ways to hate on me because of how obsessed they are with my life and myself. They try to find things out of context that they feel that they can ruin it and basically run with it, okay? I mean, I'm on social media. You may be social on media. I will get talked about. You will get talked about. And if you're completely not okay with it, get off social media. Get off. If you cannot handle it, don't be here because this is what it's for. It's to look at people, comment on people. That's how it is. This is society. This is Gen Z. We are in the 21st century. And now this is next gen for a reason. We're talking about life, society of today, Gen Z, right? So now I'm an empath. I'm an empathetic person. I always care for people. I always put myself in someone's shoes even when they don't deserve it. And I always find ways to forgive people when they don't deserve it and look for the good in them. But what I learned is that you should not have empathy for a bully. Now, I saw this girl on TikTok, right? And she explained her situation where she used to get bullied at school by a girl, and everyone used to tell her to accept it because her dad left. But this girl was brought up in an abusive household, yet she did not bully or harm anyone. Now, we all have the ability to choose what we want to do with the situation, and there is no excuse can be made up to mend it, okay? So, like, yes, okay, life gets tough and you experience things that you did not deserve, but you cannot let it define you. You may have went through something bad, but where's your dignity? Where would your own dignity and self respect be if you put someone else through the same thing and that someone experienced, right? So there's no excuse to damage someone, absolutely no excuse. And what you need to remember is don't have a victim mindset, asking for sympathy and then bully other people with the excuse. I'm just going through a rough time. You can't blame me. You can't hate on other people because you have issues. That is not my issue or anyone else's issue. That is for you to fix. Let me tell you something, okay? Do not have empathy for these people. You need to have empathy for yourself. They're pulling you through and they're putting you through something that isn't okay. It's not fair. So look at yourself and question, am I being treated badly? How am I going to deal with this for my own mental well being? You need to have empathy for yourself. A mistake that people make is believing that you should be nice to bullies because then maybe they will be nicer to you, right? But that won't happen, darling. It won't. And if it does, right, don't get me wrong, it could. If it does, it's not going to be long term. It's just going to be for a short period of time. That's it. Now, bullies can be mean to you, but don't give them your energy. And if you do not provoke them and be mean. Keep your distance and do not engage with them. So mirror them. So just be distant and they will feel it in their chest as if they are not getting your energy and attention, right? Mean people like attention. So ignore it and it'll be like a mirror seeing that they are not getting a reaction and then they could try harder, but they will eventually give up and stop. So if you want them to stop, do not give them a reaction no matter what, no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard they get to you. Do not give them attention. Do not react to them. If they coerce or threaten you, you want your power back? Have no fear. 3 words. Have no fear. When someone is not afraid of something, these people have nothing on you. Absolutely nothing. People feel powerful over your fear. They feed off of your fear. Haters and bullies are tiny. They are really tiny. They are small, okay? They have absolutely no power. And if you want to give them power, hold fear. Give them constant fear. React negatively too. And that is how they become powerful. And it's all because of you. So as I said, haters, bullies, they feed off of your fear. So when you speak up for yourself with confidence and no fear, that person will lose his power. So if you have no fear, they have absolutely nothing on you. Zero, nothing, okay? You want to live your life, do it. Because if you have no fear, there's no way you're going to fall. You're not going to stumble. So if you want to defame me, right? And if you want to do horrible things to me or say horrible things to me, what I can tell you is do it. Do it. Go right now. Go do it. I am not going to fight you. I am not going to trash you. I'll see you in court. Now, here's something important, right? It can sound easy, but trust me, it isn't. It's like mastering an art, which I say that I have. Now, in any situation, especially through the phone, any electronic device, here's what you should not do. Do not give a negative response or say something that can be used against you. You need to be conscious and careful about what you say. Someone can be a disgrace to you, but honey, no, do not say something or do something that can be used against you. Because people can take screenshots, people can do this and that to track down what you said and use it against you. Someone could be really nasty to you, trashing on you, and then you go at them and be rude too. Let's say someone ruins your reputation completely and who you are, right? And you can't get a job or anything because of what they did to you. And then now you go at them coercing and saying horrible things, and what can they do? They will use that against you. So when you want to take them to court or something, and even if you don't take them to court yet, they can fabricate a whole story and make things worse for you and take you to court, and they can ruin you, right? So whatever you do not say something or do something that can be used against you, because trust me, it's not going to help you. It's going to ruin you. So what you can do is tell people of authority, whether it's your parents, your boss, your principal, someone in the legal field dealing with law, right? Do not refrain from that, because if you feel as if you're going to seem so do not refrain from that, because you may feel that, oh no, you're going to seem weak or a snitch. People lose their lives over this, okay? It's a really serious thing. And you need to make it confidently known that you won't lose yours. But remember that this is your life. Your life is important. Sometimes people of authority need to be bugged because they may say okay and then look past it. But you need to bug them, bother them as soon as you get what you want, right? It's like you need to do whatever you can to provide you with the mental peace and yourself and your life, of course, right? You need to do what's best for you, and don't ever think that you're weak for protecting yourself. Don't care about what other people think, because let me tell you something. The weakest human beings are the ones that harm or bully others. They are not worth your energy. Focus on building your life. Focus on achieving your goals. Focus on upgrading yourself. Focus on healing yourself. Do not ignore your trauma. That's one thing you should never do, because that is what actually leaves an imprint on you. So give yourself some love and heal. If you are going through a hard time, talk to a therapist, journal, work on creating a higher form of your self worth, your self love, self confidence. Build yourself and focus on what you feel is best for you. But I will be back right after the ad break, so see you soon.
I'm asking, I'm being, please have mercy on me and take it easy on my heart.
This segment is brought to you by Kenfield Auto, your RMI approved service and repair specialist. 236 Brickfield Road, Overport. Kenfield Auto.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. ربنا إننا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا.
Car won't start?
Kenfield Auto.
Noisy brakes?
Kenfield Auto.
Due for a service?
Kenfield Auto. Kenfield Auto, the answer to all your car problems. Your service and repair specialist for your VW, Audi, Suzuki, Toyota, or just about any vehicle. Kenfield Auto, your RMI and insurance approved workshop to handle them all. 236 Brickfield Road, Overport. Call us on 031 207 2399. Kenfield Auto.
You've spent all that time, effort, and energy putting together an incredible business. Now, you need to tell people about your business. Advertising and marketing, it's what we do. Listen to this.
Absolutely amazing. It's been my first experience working with a radio station. So you don't actually know what to expect. And you also feel like, you're just going to be a number. But at Radio Al-Ansar, I was just not a number. I think the support that we've got has been amazing. You guys have been absolutely amazing. You guys have opened doors for us that a couple months ago, I wouldn't have thought possible. I think the support for me has been the greatest. It's so widespread because you guys are on YouTube Live, Facebook Live. It's not just radio based. We've got people in Johannesburg listening to you guys. So it's so widespread. We're getting that marketing.
Get in touch with our sales department on 031 208 1601. Speak directly to your target audience.
Tuesday, the 3rd of December is International Day of Persons with Disabilities. To celebrate this, Disability in Focus and Radio Al-Ansar is hosting a market day to empower people with disabilities as entrepreneurs from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
For free stall bookings for people with disabilities, please contact Safura Khan at Radio Al-Ansar. Come along to showcase your business and talent. Free hearing and eye testing will also be available.
So, come along, ladies and gentlemen. Bring your grandmas and your grandpas, your family, to support the International Day for Persons Living with Disabilities. See you there.
As your children get older, it can become difficult to prepare them for grown-up life. And as a parent, you can only guide them in the right direction. Children today are under so much more pressure to perform and need all the help they can get to one day have a successful career. Focus Straight was developed to support cognitive health and brain function for improved memory and concentration during exams and stressful times. Focus Straight, the first formulation of its kind in South Africa, available from all leading pharmacies and Takealot without a prescription.
The Durban Summer Souk is almost here. Get ready for one of South Africa's biggest and most exciting exhibitions, right in the heart of Durban. From the 24th of December to the 5th of January, join us at the Durban Exhibition Centre from midday to midnight for 13 days of non-stop fun. Over 300 stalls of local and international shopping, food stalls to satisfy your cravings, and entertainment daily. Huge prizes, carnival games, and tons of kiddies activities. The Durban Summer Souk, where summer memories are made. Come for the shopping, stay for the fun. You don't want to miss this. The best way to kick off your summer. 24th December to 5th January, the Durban Exhibition Centre. See you there.
Follow us on Instagram at Radio Al-Ansar.
Okay, I'm going to share a bit about cyberbullying within this era. It's your hits, Ria Mahomed, once again. Now, what is cyberbullying? Now, cyberbullying is a form of bullying that takes place over digital devices like computers, smartphones, and tablets. It involves using the internet, social media, or messaging platforms to harass, threaten, or intimidate someone. This can include sending hurtful messages, spreading rumors, sharing embarrassing photos, or create fake accounts and fake profiles to mock or harm someone. Unlike traditional bullying, cyberbullying can happen 24/7 and can reach a wider audience quickly, making it particularly damaging. It is important to recognize the signs of cyberbullying and take steps to address it, whether it's reporting the behavior, seeking support, or blocking the bully, right? So, firstly, in Islam, bullying behavior is certainly prohibited, even included as despicable behavior. So, how to respond to bullying or bullying in Islam? In the Quran, Surah Al Hujurat, verse 11, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, O you who believe, let not one people make fun of another, for they may be better than those who make fun of them. And let not women make fun of other women, for it may be that that woman being made fun of are better than the woman making fun of. Do not revile one another and call one another by bad names. The worst of calls is that the one wicked of the faith. Those who do not repent are the wrongdoers. I think that was absolutely beautiful. Now, looking at this, cyberbullying has evolved within the increasing influence of social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and X, formerly known as Twitter, and it reflects the behaviors and cultural trends of Gen Z. So, here is a sort of explanation for the various tactics used in cyberbullying on these platforms today, right? So let's look at harassment through direct messages known as DMs. So we have anonymous threats. Bullies may use fake accounts or remain anonymous to send threatening or abusive messages. Then, of course, spamming, which is flooding someone's inbox with hateful or intimidating messages to overwhelm them. Then we're looking at manipulation. Sending messages to guilt, shame, or blackmail the victim, often used by sensitive or personal information. I think these are three of the most painful ones and the most common, right? Then we're looking at public shaming or exposing, where people post screenshots by sharing private conversations or photos without consent to embarrass or harm the victim. Then we have the call out culture, publicly accusing someone of problematic behavior, whether true or not, to tarnish their reputation. Then exposing personal information, known as doxing. Bullies share private details, for example, the home address, phone number, and whatnot, to make a victim vulnerable. And then we look at, of course, hate comments. These are actually all quite common, right, in society, of course. Now, this is targeting appearance or lifestyle. So people comment negatively on someone's looks, choices, or content to degrade their confidence. But I don't want you to let that happen to you, right? Then we're going to look at group harassment. Bullies may band together to flood a person's post with hateful comments, amplifying the attack. Then, of course, people use trends to insult by employing popular memes, slang, or challenges to mock the victim in a way that gains attention and feels culturally relevant. Then, of course, fake accounts. Hate it. I've experienced many of these where people are catfishing or engaging in impersonation, right? So, impersonating the victim is creating fake profiles, right, using the victim's name or photos to post inappropriate or false content. Then, of course, catfishing, pretending to be someone else to manipulate or humiliate the victim. Then, trolling accounts. They are dedicated accounts that spread hate about a specific individual or group. That always happens. I'd go live on TikTok and I have those trolls coming on saying horrible things, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, okay, as I did mention earlier, I'm sitting here, I'm just like, okay, I don't care. You can say what you want. Good for you. That's your issue, not mine. Okay, then we're going to look at cyber exclusion, which is leaving people out. That's excluding someone intentionally from group chats, collaborations, or social media trends and making it quite obvious. And then we look at subtle exclusion. That is ignoring comments, tags, or DMs in public forums to make the victim feel invisible. Then, of course, Finstas and private stories, which is using fake Instagram accounts, which are known as Finstas or private TikTok stories, to talk negatively about someone while excluding them. That's nasty. Then, number 6, we're going to see trending challenges and memes. Then, targeted challenges is starting or encouraging viral challenges that mock or harm a specific person. Then, of course, ratio and cloud wars, using metrics like likes, comments, or retweets to publicly humiliate someone by rating someone's post to make them feel unpopular. Then they use inside jokes, creating memes or jokes about victims that are shared widely amongst peers but not understood by the outsiders. Okay? Then body shaming and filters. That is where people get really insecure and uncomfortable, right? Which I am going to get into a bit, right? So, unrealistic standards, using filters and editing tools to highlight flaws in someone's appearance, then mocking them for not meeting the aesthetic standards. Then, before and after edits. Comparing a victim's unedited photo and an edited photo to ridicule their looks. Why? Come on. Now, of course, manipulation of algorithms. We love that, Mum. That's mass reporting, coordinating to falsely report the victim's account for violating platform rules, leading to suspension or banning. Okay, I'm going to share a personal story about this, right? In fact, I'm going to mention it later on. Now, I had a TikTok account probably about last year, at the beginning of last year. And I think I had about 6,000 and something followers. And anyway, one day I see that I get a notification that my account was permanently banned and deleted by TikTok because there were these, and mind you, the reason was because I was apparently under the age of 13. And let me tell you something, just how I said, people coordinate to falsely report a victim's account or violate platform rules. Those little girls, okay, they created multiple fake accounts so they can report me saying I'm under the age of 13 and my account will get banned. Where is their self-respect and dignity? Like, how, right? So that's exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So then, of course, downvoting or negative reactions, flooding posts with dislikes, angry reactions, or negative engagement to suppress visibility or morale, right? Then posting harmful content, sharing or liking hateful posts that ensure they reach a larger audience. Then we're looking at cancel culture and deplatforming. False accusations, spreading rumors or accusations to pressure platforms into banning the victim. That's exactly what happened to me. Then doubling to encourage large number of people to attack the victim online, overwhelming them with hate. That actually happened to me. Mind you, this all happened, if not mistaken, last year or the year before, and I'm just sharing from my own personal experience, right? Then boycotts and smear campaigns, organizing efforts to isolate someone socially or professionally based on alleged actions or statements. Then number 10, humiliation through content creation. Stitching and duetting. On TikTok, people use the stitch or duet feature to mock or ridicule someone's video or viral format. Then, of course, reaction videos. Creating videos that to make fun of or criticize someone's content and be exaggerated or in a cruel way, right? Then parody accounts, making fake accounts to post exaggerated or mocking imitations of the victim's content. Number 11, cyberstalking. Obsessive monitoring. Constantly watching the victim's post stories or interactions to gather information for harassment. Then tagging and mentioning. Repeatedly tagging the victim in offensive posts or mentioning them in hateful contexts. Tracking real life activities. Using geotagged posts or live streams to locate and harass a victim offline. Just going to say, where on earth do these people have the right mind to do this? Like, where's your dignity? Where's your self-respect? Where's your morals? Where's your values? You're not just degrading the victim, but you're degrading yourself, just by the way. Then we're looking at psychological tactics like gaslighting, which is convincing the victim that their experiences of cyberbullying are exaggerated or imagined, leading to self-doubt. Then mock support, pretending to be a supportive friend in public while subtly undermining the victim in private or among mutual friends. Then creating fake evidence, fabricating screenshots, videos, or other content to frame the victim or discredit their reputation. Now, how do platforms contribute to cyberbullying? Let's see that. Now, firstly, algorithms amplify harm. So, social media algorithms often prioritize controversial or highlight engagement content, including cyberbullying posts. Then, inadequate moderation. Despite policies, platforms may fail to address bullying due to slow responses or lack of context. Then, lack of anonymity controls. Features allowing anonymous interactions enable bullies to operate without accountability. Now, Why is Gen Z cyberbullying unique, right? Cultural trends. Gen Z's deep immersion in meme culture, slang, and internet humor makes cyberbullying harder to detach and more socially normalized. Then hyperconnectivity. Social media is an integral to their social lives, making cyberbullying pervasive and difficult to escape. Then, of course, the viral impact. A single bullying incident can rapidly escalate and reach global audience due to the spread and virality of platforms like TikTok, right? There's tons there. Now, prevention and support. Looking at education. Teaching digital literacy and empathy from an early age to help Gen Z recognize and resist bullying behavior. Platform tools, which is used to features like block, mute, report aggressively. Then community building. Encourage peer support and safe online communities to counteract negativity. This complex web of actions underscores the importance of awareness, strong social media policies, and collective efforts to mitigate the impact of cyberbullying in Gen Z era. Now, the effects of cyberbullying can be profound and far reaching, impacting victims emotionally, mentally, and socially, and even physically. Unlike traditional bullying, cyberbullying occurs in online and can persist 24/7, making it harder for victims to find respite. So, here's a little breakdown of potential effects, right? Emotional and psychological impact. Low self esteem, which consists of constant criticism, ridicule, or exclusion that can erode a victim's confidence and self worth. Then, anxiety and depression, of course. Victims often experience intense sadness, feelings of hopelessness, or heightened stress due to the persistent nature of online harassment. Then, fear and paranoia. Victims may feel unsafe, fearing continued attacks or public humiliation. Shame and embarrassment. Being publicly targeted can lead to feelings of humiliation, especially when personal informations or images are shared. Then, suicidal thoughts or actions. In severe cases, cyberbullying has been a link to self harm and suicide, especially in adolescents who feel overwhelmed by the abuse. We're looking at social and the behavioral impact, right? Social withdrawal. Victims may isolate themselves from friends and family, fearing judgment or further bullying. Then they have trust issues, of course, which is comes from experience of betrayal, especially when bullies are known peers, and that can lead to difficulty of trusting others. Then avoidance of activities. Fear of ridicule may cause victims to avoid schoolwork, social gatherings, or even using social media. Then aggressive behavior. Some victims may lash out or bully others as a coping mechanism for their pain. Number 3, academic and professional impact. The decline in performance. Stress and distraction caused by cyberbullying can lead to a poor academic or work performance. Then absenteeism. Victims may avoid school or work entirely to escape the bullying environment. Then loss of opportunities. Public shaming or reputational damage can harm future educational, career, or social opportunities. Number 4, physical impact. Now, stress related health issues, which comes from chronic stress from cyberbullying that can lead to headaches, stomach aches, sleep disturbances, or fatigue. Then, of course, eating disorders. Victims of body shaming may develop unhealthy eating habits such as overeating or anorexia. Self harm. Physical harm may be coping mechanism for some individuals experiencing intense pain. The number 5, we're looking at the digital impact. Digital footprint damage. Embarrassing or defamatory content shared online can remain visible and indefinitely affecting the victim's digital reputation. Then, fear of technology. Victims may become reluctant to use social media or other online platforms, limiting their ability to connect with others. Number 6, impact on relationships. Strained family dynamics. Families of victims may struggle to provide adequate support, leading to misunderstandings or conflict. Then, loss of friendships. Friends may distance themselves, either to avoid becoming targets themselves or due to the victim's withdrawals. Now, criminalizes the distribution or harmful offenses or explicit content online, addressing issues like child pornography or content that promotes hate speech. Number 6, schools and cyberbullying. The South African Schools Act 1996 empowers schools to create policies to address bullying, including cyberbullying. Schools are encouraged to discipline students engaging in such behavior and provide support to victims. Now, romantic difficulties, right? Trust and self-esteem issues can be caused by cyberbullying, and that can affect romantic relationships later on in life. Then we're looking at the broader societal impact. Normalization of bullying, which is left unchecked when it is, cyberbullying contributes to a culture where harassment is seen as acceptance or trivial, right? Then we're looking at the ripple effects. Witnesses of cyberbullying may feel distressed or powerless, and some may feel desensitized, perpetuating harmful behaviors. Then, of course, unique challenges in addressing cyberbullying. We're going to look at number one, persistence. Cyberbullying does not end when the victim logs off, as harmful content can remain accessible and shared indefinitely. Number two, anonymity. Bullies often operate anonymously, making it harder to hold them accountable. Number three, amplification. Social media allows bullying to spread to a larger audience, intensifying its effects. Then, how to mitigate the impact? You get emotional support. Therapy or counseling can help victims process their experiences and rebuild their self esteem. Then, digital literacy, teaching individuals to protect their online presence and respond to bullying effectively. Community efforts, encouraging bystanders to speak up and report abuse to create a safer online environment. Now, cyberbullying's effects can be devastating, but with proper awareness, intervention, and support, its impact can be mitigated and victims can recover. Now, South Africa has several laws and legal frameworks addressing cyberbullying. These laws aim to protect individuals from online harassment, defamation, and abuse. But here's a little overview of the relevant legislation, okay? Number one, Protection from Harassment Act 2011, Act number 17 of 2011. This act provides a mechanism for individuals who are being harassed, including online harassment, to apply for a protection order. Some of the key aspects include definition of harassment. That includes electronic communication that harms or causes distress. Protection orders. Victims can approach the court to seek protection, compelling the harasser to stop their behavior. Tracing anonymous harassers. The Act allows courts to order electronic communication service, provides to disclose the identity of the anonymous harasser. Number two, Cybercrimes Act 2020, Act number 19 of 2020. This law specifically targets cyber-related offenses, including cyberbullying. Key provisions follows criminalizing the distribution of harmful data messages, including those that threaten violence or damage of property, incite harm or violence, intend to cause mental, psychological, or